Yeah, I've got steer point 11 coming up below me now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn hot again. Let me sweep it out to a 40-mile scan. Still just the SD, so I know there's an SA-11 in there still. I know there are still some early warning radar sites that don't concern me at all, and just a whole bunch of F-15 Tornadoes and F-16s. Okay, let me go to steer point 10. Okay, so Colt's defending Sam, probably that SA-11. So, okay, now I've got my bearings here so I can continue on this heading. I've got the SAM sites. Actually, I have the same sites. They should be out there by the airfields. I think I have one in sight right there, another one down here to the left. And I have nothing but friendly contacts on the radar right now. Colt 2's defending Sam. Boy, it's going to be interesting to look at on the TACVIEW. I already can't wait to see this. Okay, let me bring it around to the left just a little bit. Okay, I've got Hog in from the southwest. As briefed, they were going to be right down here below my nose. I can see an aircraft down there at low level. Okay, Dodge 2 is IP running in. F-15 Strike Eagles. Let me go for another picture from AWACS. So let's go F7. Request picture at 5. South SA-11's down. Okay, things are looking a lot better. Okay, MiG-29. And with that SA-11 down, I can start to push in a little bit more aggressively if I need to. Okay, 29 RWR contact off my nose. And 4, yeah, I can see 4 forming up, so that's a good sign at least. I have no radar contacts out there on that bearing, 40 miles. I'll go down to a lower elevation sweep. Friendly contacts down on the deck. Okay, 193 for 4-5 is a contact called in from 4. Let me come around to the left a little bit. At this point, yeah, I'm just covering A-10s and F-16s. Okay, and yeah, there we go. Dodge 2 bombs away, and they're off to the north. Okay, radar contact 35 miles out. Let's go for a track wall scan. Okay, 2 contacts. One of them coming in on a friendly right now. Okay, let me go ahead and bug this one. Bug this one. 4. Let's go ahead and have you, F4, engage my target. Still a little bit too far out for me to take a shot, although I do want to protect that guy that is down there low, 12,000 feet. Okay, 4's got a Fox 3. Okay, I need to take this shot. Let me take this one. Let me take this one. That's it for AIM-120s. I'm going to crank to the left. And I've got 10 seconds till these guys go active. Dodge 1. Okay, let me engage the burner. Still got plenty of fuel to kill. Let's put the nose up. Just looking out there trying to keep a visual contact on these guys. They're merged right now with those F-15s. About 3 seconds to impact on my AIM-120s. I see aircraft down low. Okay, 10 miles. Let's go for AIM-9. Okay, mission success just flashed by. I'm just preemptively going to dump out some chaff and flare periodically. I don't trust myself around a... Okay, that's the name I'm like. I don't trust myself around these MiGs. Okay, so coming around. Okay, that was a detonation. I saw 2 hits down there, at least 1 hit. Okay, bring my nose up. Okay, visual down low. See what you are. Okay, confirmed. Okay, let's see here. Let's get a confirmation on what this guy is before I take a shot. Okay, that was an impact on him, whatever it was. Okay, so good job. 4. Okay, let me brake right. Get out of this area. I think those were the last of the bandits. Let me put the nose up. Okay, SA-10. Let me jump some chaff out. That was an SA-10 behind me. Let me pull the burner out. Okay, 4's taking an AIM-9 shot, so I do have some other stuff up. Okay, I'm hit, and oh yeah, I'm out of control. Left wing's off, and boy, that must have been an SA-10. I saw him there at the last minute. He came out of nowhere. I think I just fell for a trap. Okay, let me go to the debrief and see what happened. Okay, we'll pick up the debrief at about the point that I started this video. I've performed the sweep, so I know that there are no more enemy aircraft out there. That's been confirmed by AWACS. So I'm just setting up on my standard combat air patrol right here, and I turn on my first hot leg back into the area to cover the rest of the strike package. I know that the SA-11s are there, so at this point I sort of dogleg over to the left to make sure that I'm out of their threat envelope. I hear the radio call saying that the northern SA-11 is down, and at this point I hear the radio call saying that the southern SA-11 is down. So at this point, the only threat that I have on the RWR or otherwise are these MiGs coming in that I pick up on right away, and also some just miscellaneous early warning radars. The threat bubble is still here for these SA-11s, but they're down. They have no way to guide their missiles, so they're not an issue, and there's also no sign at this point of the SA-10. So from my point of view, I'm just seeing these MiGs coming in and jumping this group of F-16s, so I press on in. I have no reason not to at this point, but I am going to be still very aware of the surface-to-air missile threat. So 3 takes a shot, or rather 4 takes a shot. I take a couple of shots, and right here what I do is turn to the left. Well, for several reasons. Primarily, I was thinking surface-to-air missile threats, but as soon as I fire my M120s, I turn to the left to put the enemy aircraft out there towards the gimbal limits to the right for my radar so that I'm not flying directly towards them. As long as I can maintain a radar lock at that point, I'm fine. So I maintain the lock, and unfortunately, both the M120 shots that I take do not hit the mark, and I'm in here just sort of then trying to pick these guys up visually and just do a little follow-on engagement. So at this point, also, we're taking a whole lot of shots from these SA-10s. I believe it was at this point as well that I pick up on the fact that that SA-10 is there. I see it on the RWR, but there's not a whole lot that I can do about it at this point because my primary threat are these MiG-29s. So I'm coming around and I actually get an A9 lock on this guy, but I was unable to visually ID him to make a shot in accordance with the ROE. I also made a little snafu on my radar setup here. I thought that I was in the bore sight radar mode so that as I point the nose at the aircraft it would auto lock. I was still just in a track wall scan radar mode, so I think the switchology killed me here a little bit, or otherwise I would have had a perfect A9 shot on this guy. But 4 is right there. He has my back, so he takes an A120 shot and takes him out. Now at this point, I'm definitely threat reacting to the SA-10 sight. I drop a whole bunch of chaff, brake pretty aggressively to the right. Now the chaff does have the effect of spoofing one missile. I have 2 missiles on me. It does spoof that first missile that you see, so this one up here goes after the chaff. This one obviously comes down and gets me, so I was, right about this time, I was looking back there, I just couldn't pick that missile up visually. Otherwise, I could have, at that point, turned into the missile and had a fairly good chance of evading it, and I would have definitely pumped out more chaff at that point. But, yeah, I decide, since I don't see anything, to turn cold, and yeah, that gives us the perfect angle to track on me, and it does get the kill. So that's that. I mean, lesson learned from this is don't forget about the SA-10. Even if I don't see it there, it doesn't necessarily mean that it won't pop up in the future like it does right there. And then backing up to the point where we start our initial sweep and looking west along the axis that we entered from, I was surprised by how far out in front we ended up being in front of the rest of the strike package. In my mind, I thought they were like right below me, but it ended up with about 5-7 minutes between us and the rest of the guys, so it still worked. That was still pretty good time. It was just not what I was expecting, so I'll keep that in mind for the next one. At this point, I'm very aware of these SA-19s. I'm staying high. At no point did I get down into this SA-19 envelope. 2, on the other hand, at this point, I gave 2 the command to cover me. I think he actually went in there with a mind to strafe an SA-19, but he gets tangled up in there and does nobody any good whatsoever. He does end up getting shot down. 3 and 4, I give them the engage bandits command. 3 and 4 do take some A120 shots ineffectively. I think they fire from just a little bit too far out. So I get a track wall scan lock on 2 of them and fire 1 A120 initially. I do drop lock on 1 of them. I get both of them back and then fire 2 more A120s. And yeah, both of these aircraft do go down. And at this point, I've got my back turned to that location. I knew that 1 of those MiGs was taken down. In my mind, my primary threat was still going to be these aircraft out here in front of me, and I was still thinking that 2 was going to be back here protecting me. So just in case both those aircraft didn't go down, I still knew that 2 was there. It worked out in the end, but I think in retrospect, I would have been better served maybe just to come around for one more little sweep with the radar to the left there, just to verify one more time that both of those MiGs were down. I did leave myself exposed greatly right here, and I think I even called it out in real time that I hated being blind like I was at that point, referring to not being able to see behind me, blind to the aircraft behind me. So now at this point, it's me, 3 and 4 coming in here and engaging 2 MiG-29s, and 3 and 4 pushing there very aggressively and get picked up with these SA-11s. Now at this point, I do break right because I am very aware of that SA-11 threat envelope, and I knew exactly where I was in relation to the ridge. So I break right, I come back out, and just set up trying to figure out what's going on at this point. I pick up on this MiG-29 R-27 shot, semi-active radar-guided missile coming in on me. I was not able to pick him up visually. Now, on the replay, I think I did end up looking in the right direction. I just couldn't quite pick it out what was coming. But after I saw the missile launch, you see that I did dump off a whole lot of chaff, and I do that a lot just preemptively, just whether I need it or not. If I just don't feel comfortable or just get a bad feeling about things, I'll do that. So I come in here, I break right, and of course I do just sort of luck upon a radar lock. I was in the bore sight radar mode, so really all that I did was just sort of sweep my nose across the horizon, and when it happened upon this MiG, it locked it up, and I was able just to get off just a quick, sort of almost like a defensive AIM-120 shot on this guy, because I knew that I had to brake because I had a missile launch indication. And if I had known it was going to be this close, I don't know if I would have done that. I think I might have just broken right immediately and extended back out, but this did work out okay. And there's just something a little interesting here, I guess. I think the reason this R-27 broke lock was because I forced, by firing that AIM-120, for the MiG-29 to break away defensively and lose his lock on me. So once the MiG loses the lock, then the R-27 has nothing guiding it. I think, I mean, just by virtue of a split second, that's what saved me right there. I mean, that was so close. That could have gone either way. I should have been shot down right there by all rights. But luckily, I do get the hit on the MiG-29. That was all that was left out there. I don't see anything visually. So at that point, the sweep is done. I'm calling AWACS and verifying I have no other bandits, and this is where we picked up at the beginning of the debrief. And then, of course, if we scroll forward, I think the mission success criteria for this one was these 2 Dodge flights reaching their target. So we have the first flight going there with their GBU-31 version 3s that I pointed out at the beginning of the mission. They take out the bunker. And then I have the other Dodge flight coming in here, and I actually showed this in real time since the external replay desynced on me. So after like my first engagement, I was just following some of the other aircraft around. I was able to pick up on both of those weapons releases, and that was the mission success right there. So I'll take it. I would have preferred to survive, but I mean, that's the entire point of a red flag, is to get shot down and to figure out what happened so that you don't repeat it on the next one. So with that, since this video is running a little bit short, if you want to stick around, I'm just going to throw a quick time-accelerated TACVIEW replay of the entire mission by you, so you can just check out the whole thing from that view, and I'll see you in Mission 4. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.